Okay, good day, everybody. Hello, Rodrigo. Yes, I am starting late today. I did get your email. Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to look at it just because I've had an extremely busy day. That's why I started late. But still got to stream every day, so I'm going to do it now for a bit. But I did get your email. I will look at your email tomorrow. Fortunately, I can't, or even today after the stream, and open up your project. Did you have any luck getting your project to work with the limitation of velocity? Yep. I do plan on looking at it, and if you're still having trouble, I will be more than happy to try to implement the velocity-driven movement. Okay, yeah, not a problem. What I'm thinking of doing today, because I don't know how long I'm going to be able to stream for tonight because it's already late at my time, is I'm going to go ahead and just wrap up the one issue we have here for sure, and then see about starting the next part of this project. And then tomorrow I will take a look at your project itself, see if maybe I can quickly fix your issue in terms of what you're talking about, limiting basically your maximum speed, your maximum velocity. And if I can, I'll show you how I did that, and then I'll probably also just simply run through and do an entire controller from scratch using just velocity as well. So that's my plan. For now, I'm just going to see about implementing this fix here and start working on, the FPS stuff for night 4. Oh, for the love of God. 4 tonight. It's been a long day. Let's see. So we want to prevent, in the middle of reloading, another weapon from doing stuff. That's what we're going to do. So what weapon had a really long reload time? Actually, this is the only weapon with reload time technically, right? Yeah. And we have an issue if we pick up in the middle of... Yeah. So what do we want to do? What's the easiest way of doing this? It's probably going to be in our pickup code, which of course I haven't commented anywhere. This code, I'm going to go ahead and move this over here. And I'm going to wrap this. Which code is this? This is the add weapon to player, which is technically what we're looking at right now. Well, kind of what we're looking for. No, because we're still going to add a weapon to the player. We're still going to add to their data structure. It's just simply this. We're not going to call... Okay, so hopefully this won't be too hard. If we're currently in the middle of doing something, we're just simply going to prevent the player from equipping the weapon. Let's see if we can really simply do this. So we have our... Let's see. What are our 2 checks that we have, basically? Well, we have our equipped weapon. Where's our equipped weapon? Right here. And then we have the weapon state, right? And the weapon state can be equal to idle, firing, reloading, or jammed. So, in theory, I think if we just simply do this... This might not actually be that too hard of a check here either. We'll put this in here. We'll move this over to the right. We'll do an if check. And of course we got to double check and make sure this is the smart way to do it. But if we're equal to idle, then that's the only time we're going to equip the weapon. And all equipped weapons should do is grab our current, the new weapon, set it as our equipped weapon, update the ammo display to our current weapon, set the current stack mesh, set our current weapon's owner, and set the current weapon in. Yeah, okay. This might be an issue. Let's see if we ever call... Yeah, the only place we ever call bind to owner is going to be inside of here, and we need bind to owner to be called. this isn't an issue because all set current weapon's going to do is change the display. So this is for display purposes. This is for display purposes. This is for display purposes. This is for record keeping. This is to make sure we have a weapon. So this is an issue. This code right here should not be in our... Should it be in our equip? Wait a minute. All equip... No, you know what? Actually, this isn't an issue because we're never going to try to do anything. Yeah, okay, we should be fine. Because if we go to our keys here, yeah, equip weapon. Yeah, we're good. Okay, that shouldn't be an issue. I take back what I said about it being an issue. Let's fire off some bullets, go to reload, and pick up our knife. Okay, and now it changed to the knife, which it shouldn't have. So obviously we have a problem. Oh wait, probably because no. Well, I can honestly say that should not have been a problem, and it was a problem. So we need to figure out what the hell we broke. Yay. Okay, so it's because of this. Okay, so crap. Okay, so the problem is when we are constructing a new weapon, we are adding that to our array element. Then we're setting the equipped weapon to the weapon that we just picked up. This one probably should not be done because we're doing it right here, right? Yep, equipped weapon slot and event graph, equipped weapon slot. Yep. So this should not be done right here because we're not going to automatically assume we're going to equip it. I think that's a holdover from some old code. So we'll fire, pick up. Okay, we have the knife. We can still fire, but our knife did not get added to our display properly. Well, poop and stuff it. Obviously, we have some code that is in the wrong spot, basically, if that makes sense. Yep, see? Yeah. Okay. This is why it didn't get added. This, okay, because this was basically us cheating, which we should not have done. This code that was right here, let's undo it, right here, set our equipped weapon to the weapon that we just created, and then we cheated by basically getting the current weapon, grabbing its ID, and adding that weapon to our layout. Now, because we removed this, technically we haven't equipped the weapon. We should not have done this. So this is bad code right here. We need to actually get the, okay, so the code for get current weapon is basically get from the weapon slot the equipped weapon. So this code right here, it's not the equipped weapon slot. We want to get the weapon slot from the weapon we just created. Okay. See, this is an example of having your code just horrible. Okay, cool. We got the knife, and the knife is showing right there, like we had hoped. So now we have the back to the pistol, and we're gonna fire 6 times. Oops, grab the grenade launcher. Let's try this again. Grab the grenade launcher. We've got the grenade launcher. We can still switch back and forth. Okay. We have a visual bug, and obviously we have an error, so we should probably figure that one out. So let's fire. Our visual bug is when we grab the knife. The knife is not our currently equipped weapon. However, if you notice on the display on the right, it's technically not showing us which is our equipped weapon. So we need to, maybe it's right here. Let's find out. Branch. We'll close this down. Get current weapon. Target's weapon state is equal to idle. Why would this be causing an error? Or unless it's causing it before we even do anything. Let's find out. Let's find out when that's happening. Okay, it's happening right there. So, we've never technically equipped a weapon. Okay, so we technically cannot do this. So our issue here is the first time we pick up a weapon, we're saying, okay, Mr. Current Weapon, are you a what's your current weapon state when we pick up a weapon. When it's our first weapon, however, we don't technically have a current weapon. Yeah, so it's probably going to be an is valid check. Just to be safe. But I'm not implementing an is valid check right now because I want to just think it through and see if this is the proper way of handling this. So the first time we construct a weapon object, and so right here, basically, we walked over a weapon. We create a copy of our weapon. We add that weapon to our weapon slot, so we're good there, just like we should be. Then we add that weapon to our layout, so that's working good. Then we go ahead and add the ammo from that weapon to our player, so we're good there. These aren't good. These are pulling off the weapon we created. Update the ammo display, so that way the ammo display is correct, so we're good there. And then this branch is basically, if our weapon, only if our current weapon is idle, do we want to actually equip a new weapon. So technically, I need to have another branch here, which it's easy enough to do. We're going to do a hard boolean on the character, basically a hard option, and allow the designer to choose whether or not we even care, because maybe we don't even want to allow them to pick up the weapon if the weapon's not idle. So I guess technically that would be in a completely different section. Okay, well, we'll worry about that later because we technically are going to need two checks. Check to see if we should add it in the first place, and the check to see if we should equip it. Okay, so we're going to have two different booleans, so this one's still good. So the first time we wander through, we're going to grab our current weapon, and I guess there's no way around it, because technically we want to grab whatever the current weapon is, because the first time through a current weapon is nothing, so we can do a valid check on it. The second time through, we care about what the current weapon is, so we want to check this for now. So yeah, let's toss a valid check in here then, and let's see if we can yeah, okay, so let's toss a valid check in here. We're going to check and see if the current weapon is even valid. If it is valid, then we check the weapon state and we can do our if. So our if is good. If it's not valid, then that means we don't have a current weapon. So we need to basically hook this code up here. And well, technically, if this is our current weapon, if we have no weapon, then we're probably going to want to equip it, right? We should probably always equip it, I would think. That makes sense, right? Our states, let's see. Da-da-da-da-da, guy's walking through the world. He picks up a knife. He has no weapon here, so we're going to fail on our get current weapon. It will not be valid because we don't have a current weapon. Either equipped. So if later, for example, we allow them to unequip a weapon, like they drop one, we still want to equip whatever we pick up. Okay, so this is probably the fix for that then. Okay, I think that's good. So let's grab a weapon, quit out. Okay, we're good there. Grab a weapon, reload, pick up another weapon. Okay, so we still have the coloring issue, and that won't be too much of a problem, because you'll notice it fires off properly when we pick up a new weapon. So that's probably in our equip code, would be my guess. Right here, set current weapon. This grabs our currently equipped weapons. Yeah, so we're going to need to call set current weapon. Then, where's our event graph? We're going to have to call this basically if this fails. Yeah, then this is definitely a case of reorganizing this code here in a bit. And yeah, okay, that should fix that then. So let's try that again. We'll try it without doing anything. We have number 1 selected, still number 0 selected because we picked it up. 3 should be selected, and then we should go back to 1 selected. Go ahead and hit play again. We'll grab our gun, fire it 6 times, grab our knife. Good. Our gun's still selected, and our knife is equipped in our inventory, but not equipped. So now this one's 3, so we'll fire this a couple more times. Grab our 3. Yep, 3 is not highlighted, 1 is still highlighted. Okay, good. So that takes care of that then. We should now not have to worry about changing our weapon in the middle of reloading or firing, technically. So if we grabbed a weapon that is this, and then grab this one. Whoops. Yep. No, see, that changes. So where are we in the middle of firing? That's what I need to figure out. Yeah, so it still changed the weapon, even though we were technically in the middle of firing. But the question here is, I have a feeling the problem is we're not technically in the firing state on the weapon. Where's our action button? Handle action button. So our projectile is going to go here. Our projectile is going to have ammo. We're going to go ahead and remove ammo. We're going to switch. We now have a single shot. We're going to fire our first shot. And then, do we ever set our mode? We never. Oh, look at that. Do we ever set our mode to firing? If we're firing off a single, do we ever set our mode to firing at like any look at this. Auto, we set it to firing. Burst mode, we set it to firing. We never set our weapon mode to firing when we fire a single shot, do we? Let me go back to our character. Let me go to our code for allow firing again. Okay. This is the allow firing in the character. So, because we have 2 different allow firings. Basically, we have the weapon, the firing method inside of the gun itself, the weapon. And then we have the firing method inside the character, whether we should fire again. But when we release the button, where's my release button? Did I not like put that anywhere? There we go. Get the current weapon, handle action button when released. We'll go to the weapon. We'll find handle action button when released. Yep, it should set the weapon state to idle. Okay, yeah, so I think what we're not doing properly is inside of our character, wherever our it's our firing methods graph. No, wait, which friggin' graph was it? No, it's on our weapon. Never mind. It's in our weapon, handle action button. We set firing mode right here when we fire in burst. We set firing mode when we fire in auto, but we never set the firing mode when we fire off single bullet. Yep, so that should probably be taken care of. So let's grab this. Okay. Okay, there we go. That did not work. It still didn't work. Why didn't that work? Oh, I have a feeling I know why it didn't work. Okay. Yeah, so that worked properly because I didn't let go of the mouse. But the problem is if I fire and let go and then move, I'm technically still reloading the current weapon. Well, not reloading the weapon, but I guess technically with a single shot like this, you are technically reloading. So that's perfectly fine. That should have been there in the first place. I have a feeling I know what I needed to do. I want to see if this would work in the first place. So inside of our code right here, basically we need to check and see if that is true, and then also if we allow firing. We'll go with a not boolean here, and we'll do an and. Okay, how the hell did that end up with equal when it's supposed to be an and? Thank you. Okay. So what this should do, I'll have to move this stuff over just to make it easier and cleaner. A lot of this stuff is going to get macroed here on our last day. Okay. So what this should mean is if we're idle and we're not... Oh, wait, no, we want and allow firing, right? Yeah, okay, duh, and allow firing. Okay, so if we're idle and we allow firing, we're going to go ahead and equip the weapon. So if we're here, I fired off and I grab the next weapon. Yeah, there we go. We're still on number 3. Fire, grab it, still on number 3. Okay. So we basically don't allow the weapon to switch at all if we're in a state where we shouldn't allow the weapon to change. And those states would be non-idle, and that state would be if we not allow firing. Because remember, allow firing is our between ammo cooldown, basically. So this should work in terms of auto-equipping if we're in the middle of doing something. Yeah, okay. Right here. In the middle of firing or reloading, you pick up another weapon. If you're not idle and you pick up another weapon, add the weapon to the inventory. That's good. If idle and picking up another weapon, equip the weapon. Done. Allow a Boolean toggle to restrict picking up anything when you're currently not idle. So what we'd want to do then is grab our code that we know works here. So we're going to do this and this. And we're going to go to our... see, I don't think we can add it here. What we need to do is find our weapon blueprint. And this is our weapon pickup. And this is the on begin overlap. Because the problem is we destroy it if... automatically. Basically, we assume that the player can have the weapon and then we destroy it. And we don't want to allow this if... there's a word here that's failing miserably. We don't want to allow this to happen if we don't want to allow this to happen. There's a super simple way of solving this, but unfortunately I'd have to change some code. I'm wondering if this would be the best way. Basically, we would change this from an event to a function, so we have a return. We would give it a Boolean for the return called destroy actor, or was picked up. We'll do was picked up, and then we'll only return a true for was picked up if we actually allowed the player to pick it up. If we didn't allow them to pick it up, then we'll return back a false, and that means it shouldn't destroy this actor, and this actor should just sit there. Probably the easiest way of doing this without having to do too much. We're going to break some code in the process, so we don't really have much of an issue, a way around this. So we need to go to our weapon, and no, it wasn't the weapon. What was this? Character. We need to go to the character blueprint interface, and we need to find the, what was it? Add weapon to player? Add weapon to player. Okay. We're going to give it a return output. We're going to call this was picked up. Now our add weapon to player should have a return boolean of was picked up. Or was... We can't do was picked up because technically we might want to give the player maybe as a quest reward. So we're just going to go with success. We're just going to go with success. If we added the weapon to player, we have a success. So it makes it easy. It's going to break some of our stuff. So we'll do an if here. And I'm mainly talking about the fact that inside of our character it broke the code. So we'll have this. So here we go. So we basically we make sure it's correct. We attempt to add it to the player. If we are successful, then we destroy our actor. If not, nothing's going to basically happen. So now if we go back to our player, this code should be bad now. Because this is no longer a event, it is now a function called add weapon to player because we have a return node. And the nice thing is I can delete that. I can delete that. Oh, wait. Okay. It's not going to let me delete one of them. You have to have one, but it should let me delete it. I guess not. And then we can basically grab all this code here, copy it, paste it in here, grab this giant monstrosity right here. Now we know that our weapon name goes there, but we had something else hooked up. So what else did we have hooked up? This is the nice thing is by moving this actually over into a function, we're going to be able to use local variables, so it'll actually help us start cleaning up some stuff as well. So we know our weapon name goes into our target here, and it goes into our row name. So let's go ahead and pull this back out. We're going to promote this to a local variable, like that. We're going to disconnect that. Whoops. Yeah, still want that. We're going to call this one our local weapon name. We're going to try to actually spell it properly. And now we have this as a local variable. So we can just drop it into there. We can find our other spot, drop it into here. And we've cleaned up a little bit of our code. Now we still had another one. So what did we have? Or that was it. That was it, right? If I was to do this, we lose the start. And okay, cool. So let's get rid of this code. We should no longer need that. We should be able to go into our add weapon to player. We need to put some return nodes in here. So let's say we successfully gave the weapon to the player. So if they equipped it, it's a success. We'll give another return node. If they all of these are basically equipped return nodes. Anywhere we have an output. Okay, so that's good. So the only time we should fail now is, oops, we have an error. So let's figure out what our error is. Probably execution pin. Yep, so that's perfectly fine. Put another node here. We'll return not success. We did not have a weapon, so it should be a failure. Checking for other things. Okay, here we go. We should have had a return here. This one happens if, let's see, we have a good weapon. It's valid. This is when we add just the ammo to the player. We still want to get rid of it, so we're good there. Let me close my find results. So what we're working on was this. We're going to grab this code here and this code here, copy it out of here. We're going to move this stuff over here like this. Let's move some more because why not? Paste it in here. We're going to do this right here. So if our, this is simply a check for, if we allow the player to pick up the weapon while they are doing something else. So basically, so let's do a new variable name. Let's call it weapon pickup only when idle. We'll call it that. And we'll set it to false. We'll do it over here. We'll do a getter, and we need to remove this check and this check. We actually need to crap, that won't work. Okay, we need those back. Okay, so weapon pickup only when idle. So if the player's idle and allow firing is turned on, and I'm trying to think of the easiest way to do this without too many ands. I can't check just if the weapon pickup only when idle is true or false, because if it's false, then the rest of the code fires and we're good. If it's true, then we still need to check and see whether or not we're idle and such. So maybe it does need to be this then. You know what? It might have to be this actually. Let's find out. Crap, we're gonna have an issue here with this check. So let's say this is our first time we pick up a weapon. This is going to fail. It's going to become not valid. And that means this check right here is going to fail because yes, that'll be true. Yes, that'll be true. This is going to return back a false. How do we fix this easily? Let's see. I guess. Oh, well, technically, if they don't. Okay, it's the same stupid. Man, this is the same question I asked earlier for no reason at all. If they currently don't have a weapon, then obviously they're not doing anything. We shouldn't be worried about it. So if they don't have a weapon, then we're going to go ahead and fire off giving them the weapon. Duh. That was a really stupid thing. Okay, so false is going to pull off. This is where we pull back our return of not success right here. Okay. Let's try this again. So we're gonna turn this to on. Weapon pickup only when idle. And then if this works properly, if I'm reloading, I should not be able to pick up the pistol. I mean the knife. Okay, I didn't get the knife. Let's try this again. Nope, didn't get the knife. Let's try this again. Didn't get the knife. Got the knife. Didn't get the other weapon. Okay, we have an issue with collision, which is a definite problem here. But the point is, it did work. It prevented us from picking up the weapon when we were doing something else. And if I was to go ahead and uncheck that in the character, we should go back to what we had before. I should be able to fire and pick it up. No, because that's going to come back as an issue. Yeah, crap. See, this technically, when you're using booleans like this, you're using math. I have a feeling, yeah, this is a definite issue. Okay, this is all an issue. This is a problem. I need to fix this. Okay, I need to fix this right here. Okay, let's fix this. Okay, so if we only allow weapon pickup when idle, then we need to run our check right here. And then only if this check is true. So let's go ahead, let's drop one of these pins from our... and because we know this check works fine. We only need to run this check only if we are checking on a true. Like this. So only if we pick it up when idle, then we need to make sure the weapon's idle and we allow that. And then, only then, if that's true, do we do that. If we don't care about weapon pickup when idle, then we pass this through and simply do our normal checks like that. Okay. I had a feeling I was going to have to separate that out, but obviously I couldn't know for sure until I tested it. So now we should have normal rules. Yep, there's our gun picking up. Yeah, okay. And let's try that one more time. Yeah. We still have a bug here technically. We are allowing the player to pick up something in the same weapon slot. Even if they're reloading. Because technically we are allowing them to pick up weapons. I'm not too worried about this for now. The plan is to have it where the player has to choose. For example, if I have this pistol and I go over here and I try to pick up the other pistol, I'm not going to let them pick up another pistol unless they drop their current one or replace their current one. We're not going to auto pick up weapons that are of the same type. And if I go into here, now let's turn this back on. We should get the result of not being able to pick up the knife. Oops. It would help if I actually used all pieces of ammo. Yep, I'm stuck on the knife until, there we go. We have a collision issue with weapons. We should probably fix that. That's going to be right here under block all dynamic. And these are power-ups technically, so we'll give them no collision. Which I think is kind of going to cause an issue right now. Yep. Yep, no good. No, never mind. We're doing an overlap. We're not worried about the collision. Wait, what are we doing in the weapon pickup? Overlap, yeah. Okay, so we're not worried about the no collision, so we're good there. Okay, so fire 6 times. I go through the knife, no issues. Pick up the knife, no problem. Fire 6 times. can't grab the gun. I can grab this one. I can fire once. I can't pick up until it's done reloading. We'll verify this by picking up this thing, firing, walking through the weapons, and then I can pick it up. Yep. Cool. So we're good there. We still seem to have an issue with our projectiles not working properly. No, was I confused on that one? Why are projectiles not Oh, did I only fix the collision on the grenades? No, I fixed the collision on the projectiles. Does anyone have any idea what I broke? Huh. It's kind of cool. Let's see. Here's our rocket. And our collision is set to custom projectile ammo. Yeah, so we're still good there. Huh. I apparently broke my wow, I really gotta say the words here. I broke the ammo. How did I break the ammo? Is my collision event not working anymore? Let's see. Huh. Okay. Let's see. Pistol. Oh, that's because. Yeah, okay. So that one's. The collision event is working fine for that, but it's not working fine for our projectiles anymore. I'm gonna say that I broke something, obviously. So let's find our weapon projectile. And let's see. Let's fire off that. Okay, so let's grab that. Yeah, okay, so we did hit something. We hit our target. So, let's step. Okay, why did our target stop right here? Collision is overridden. Seriously, did I leave this on accident? Yes. Oops. That was something we were testing the other day that I kind of left on. Yep, I knew I broke something. I knew it. Oh, look, it actually works now that I... Oops. Stop doing something stupid. There we go. Our gun just collided with the... It did. Why is our pickup colliding? Huh. Okay, so those aren't colliding, right? Huh. But our projectiles are colliding? Wait. They're getting destroyed when they hit. Huh. Okay. Let's find this out then, shall we? Yay for debugging. Grab this, fire. What did we hit? We hit the weapon pickup, okay. It shouldn't implement... Oh, okay, it doesn't implement damageable, so therefore we just simply destroy it. So the question here then is my pickup. Where's my weapon pickup? Let's find our base weapon pickup. The box is set to overlap all. The stack mesh is set to no collision. And our projectile is set to on component hit. So the easiest thing for this one is, where's our weapon projectile? Where'd it go? Not weapon projectile. We want the, do we want the weapon projectile? Yeah, it's the weapon projectile. No, wait. The pickup. We want the weapon pickup. I knew my brain was not functioning properly. There we go. And let's set it to custom, and let's set it to ignore projectile ammo. Let's see if this fixes it, shall we? Stop that. Resume. It should be in the wall now. If, okay, well, it should be in the wall, and obviously it's not. Oh, no, it's getting destroyed when it hits the wall, because that's how we have it set up. Okay, nope, we're working good here. It's just kind of hard to tell because of the way this is set up. But, There we go. You can see it going through. Let's see if we can aim this right. There we go. Yep, you can see it going through. And I can also verify that if I go to here and redouble check this, grab our gun, fire at the gun, see what we hit, and we should have hit a static mesh. Persistent cube, we'll resume, we'll double test, be sure, and we hit the static mesh. Okay, cool. So that fixed that. Oh, yay for finding small, stupid things. Let's save everything out. And let's go ahead and go back to our documentation. Let's see. So we add the Boolean. Yeah, okay, so we are done with cleaning up the giant mistake and mess that we made the other day. So I'm going to go with and 12, today's the 20th, right? Yeah. 1220. We're going to go ahead and slap these things into source tree so we can make sure it's all valid. So let's go to source tree and let's go to our FPS project. Let's stage everything. And let's see, we prevent the player from picking up a weapon while they are not idle. Added in a toggle to prevent them from not picking up, from equipping. We want auto equipping the weapon when they're idle. Add in a toggle to prevent them from picking up a weapon when not idle. Fix some odd bugs with the ammo collision. Fixed collision on the weapon pickups. There we go. Let's push those changes in. And that's probably going to wrap up today. It's been about 45 minutes. It was a late start for me today due to other stuff going on. But that's going to wrap that up. And it's going to leave us in a completely usable state for now setting up our actual first full game mode, which we're going to start working on tomorrow or Thursday. It just depends on if how much time it takes to work on like an impulse character, which I'm going to do for Rodrigo, because I think it sounds like fun. And then go from there. So I appreciate everyone who did hang out. I am sorry it was late today. I am still sticking to the every single weekday I'm going to stream no matter what. I just had other crap I had to take care of today. It was a long day. Tomorrow is Wednesday. It should, assuming I don't do anything stupid again, be around 10 o'clock Pacific for another couple hours. Appreciate everyone hanging out or watching this video from the super duper future. Or, no, you couldn't watch it from the past. So yeah, you'd have to be watching this from the future. And I'm going to let it go to dead air for about 30 seconds so it just doesn't disappear. If you need any questions answered, comments, help, anything like that, my contact information is on YouTube. Leave a comment on YouTube. Leave a comment on Beam. Leave a comment on Twitch. Twitter. I mean, I got plenty of places to find me. Feel free to find me. The Discord chat, Reddit, Unreal forums. And I will see everyone tomorrow.